Ezekiel 38. I read from the Institute for Scripture Research, the ISR, because it takes a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Greek to English, and Aramaic to English. Yah is short for Yahweh, Yahweh, Yod He Vav He. Yah is the Elohim of the heavens and the earth, the first and the last and the only. Yah is an extremely jealous El. He doesn't even want the names of idols or mighty ones to come to our lips. And the letter J is about 600 years old, while the son of Elohim, Yehoshua, died on a stake for the sins of all of humanity over 2,000 years ago. And a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Yehoshua is Joshua. Ezekiel 38. And the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, let your face against Gog, G-O-G with a line on top of it, of the land of Magog, M-A-G with a line on top of it, O-G with a line on top of it, the prince of Rosh, R-O-S-H, Meshech, M-E-S-H-E-K with a line underneath of it, and Tubal, T-U-B with a line underneath of it, A-L, and prophesy against him, and you shall say, Thus said the Master Yahweh, See, I am against you, O Gog, the prince of Rosh, Meshech, and Tubal, and I shall turn you around, and I shall put hooks into your jaws, and shall lead you out with all your army, horses and horsemen, clad perfectly, a great assembly, with armor and shields, all of them handling swords, Persia, Cush, and Put, all with them, all of them with shield and helmet, Gomer, G-O-M-E-R, and all its bands, the house of Togarma, T-O-G with a line on top of it, E-R-M-A-H, from the far north, and all its bands, many peoples with you. Be ready, prepare yourself, you and all your assemblies that are assembled unto you, and you shall be a guard for them. After many days you shall be called up. In the later days you shall come into the land of those brought back from the sword and gathered from many people on the mountains of Israel, which had been a continual waste, but they were brought out of the peoples, and all of them shall dwell safely, and you shall go up, coming like a storm, covering the land like a cloud, you and all your bands, and many peoples with you. Thus said the Master Yahweh. And it shall be in that day that words arise in your heart, and you shall devise an evil plan, and you shall say, Let me go up against a land of unwalled villages, let me go to those at rest who dwell safely, and of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates, to take plunder and to take booty, to stretch out your hand against the waste places that are again inhabited, and against a people gathered from the peoples, inquiring livestock and goods, who dwell in the middle of the land, Sheba and Dedan, and the merchants of Tarshish, and all their young lions shall say to you, Have you come to take plunder? Have you gathered your army to take booty, to bear away silver and gold, to take away livestock and goods, to take great plunder? Therefore, Son of man, prophesy, and you shall say to Gog, Thus said the Master Yahweh, in that day when my people Israel dwell safely, would you not know? And you shall come from your place out of the far north, you and many peoples with you, all of them riding on horses, a great assembly and a mighty army, and you shall come up against my people Israel like a cloud to cover the land. In the later days it shall be, Latter, later days it shall be, and I shall bring you against my land, in order that the nations know me, when I am set apart in you, O Gog, before their eyes, Thus said the Master Yahweh, are you the one who I spoke of in former days by my servants, the prophets of Israel, who prophesied for years in those days to bring you against them? And it shall be on that day, on the day when Gog comes against the land of Israel, declares the Master Yahweh, that my wrath shall come up in my face, for in my jealousy and in the fire of my wrath I have spoken. On that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel, so that the fish of the sea and the birds of the heavens and the beasts of the field and all creeping creatures that creep on the earth and all men who are on the face of the earth shall shake at my presence, and the mountains shall be thrown down, and the steep places shall fall, and every wall fall to the ground. And I shall call for a sword against Gog on all my mountains, declares the Master Yahweh, the sword of each one being against his brother, and I shall judge him with pestilence and blood, and rain down flooding rain and hailstones, fire and sulfur on him and on his bands and on the many peoples who are with him, and I shall exalt myself and set myself apart, and I shall be known in the eyes of many nations, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. I wonder if brimstone and sulfur are the same thing. Because in other translations, like the one my mom reads, it says fire and brimstone, but she's Christian, Messianic. Fire and sulfur. The only difference is the names, which is a big difference, but, you know. Anyways, fire and sulfur, fire and brimstone. They could be the same. I don't know. Something to look up.